to the Norm Hyperbolic Podcast. We're here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Kid Lewis. Welcome back to another podcast, another episode. What's good, X?
Nothing much, man. Just fucking doing this podcast back-to-back episodes. And
Back to back, man. I'm telling you, bro. The shit. I forgot the word.
What word? Consecutive podcast?
No. The grind never stops.
The grind never stops.
Never. It never stops. We're doing something. It's editing. If it's not editing, it's recording. If it's not recording, it's more editing.
Or prepping or writing.
Writing.
This isn't our first time doing something like this. For the last episode, the Studio Ghibli episode, we did the Studio Ghibli episode, and then we did the Boy and the Heron review right
Coming out soon.
Coming out soon.
So
that
real soon.
That was a long day. That was a long morning.
Yeah, that was just a lot of recording, but it was fun though. It's always fun, man.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll,
we always have a blast. Hey, since I got you here next to me, I got a question, bro.
Tell me.
What is this?
Question for you. What are those?
What is this that you're wearing? Explain it to the people that can't see you right now.
So in this episode, we're gonna be talking about Mashle, magic and muscle.
Okay.
So I decided to dress up and dress like a member of the Easton Magic School.
Oh, okay.
So they got their robes on.
Yeah,
and, I'm missing the tie.
You're missing the red tie, bro.
But I got the robe going.
Yeah, I'm wearing what he wears when he's working out. Black.
You are?
Yep.
Yes.
About, I got to be the muscles. You got to be the magic, bro.
The magic and the muscles. All right, bet.
See? Played it out well. There you go.
This is all planned.
It was all planned.
So in this episode, we're going to be talking about Mashle, magic and muscle. Also have news on a new anime studio that's coming out. I'm going to give you a list of some early PlayStation 5 games that are coming out at early 2024. Mm-hmm. See how you get excited about that or not. And Spirited Away has a play that they're bringing to HBO Max. So at the top of the episode, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave us a like, subscribe, comment, share. That's how we get the traction out. That's the best way to support the podcast. If you're listening to this on your podcast platform of choice, make sure to leave us a 5-star review for the Kid and Young Morgan Freeman. Then we'll read that, and then we'll be reading these reviews out on the podcast.
Right now, we're just talking about like what we like. Or what we think is interesting, but
we're trying to chase that clout. You know what I'm saying? So
we're clout chasers, from what I've been told. At the finest,
the finest
clout chasers in the East-West.
Right. So we talk about like whatever is current. I know we did like a Halloween episode for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, but Mashle came back season 2. So.
Yes, sir. Season 2 is out for this episode. For this show, anime.
So we'll go ahead and get into it. Well, with last week's news today, I know I said last season that I was going to get us like a sound bite or like an intro. I still haven't. I might just even record myself saying it. So last week's news today.
Go for it.
In the realm of anime. So the director of Chainsaw Man, the anime, his name is Ryu Nakayama. He has formed his own anime studio called Andraft.
Andraft, okay.
So he's been involved in anime such as Shield Hero, One Punch Man, and Black Clover.
Oh, I like Shield Hero. Oh, Black Clover. Okay, so he got a couple of good animes under his belt. All right.
So he says that he's creating the studio Andraft, and he says that the studio has intentions of taking on various challenges without being bound by existing concepts. With Andraft, I know we have a anime studio episode coming out at the end of the season, but looking forward to tracking this guy's
progress.
The studio that he's doing, just because, there's a lot of controversy with anime studios. I won't, talk too much about it, but someone like this who's been involved with these, like imagine Shield Hero, a really good anime, One Punch Man, that whole controversy about like them changing studios and all that, and then Chainsaw Man has been having ups and downs with their studio. He's moving away from MAPPA. So the movie for Chainsaw Man is coming out. No release date, but it will be on the Reze arc, Reze, which is basically his fight with the bomb devil. Mm-hmm. So that's something that I thought that they had already did, but I guess they did not.
No, that wasn't on season 1.
All right, so then next, or are you looking forward to it, or what do you think about?
No, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited. Anything new in the anime world is exciting right now, man.
Yeah,
You know,
for
gotta
sure.
keep on top of it. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to Chainsaw Man movie.
The movie, and then the next season after that. Yeah,
Yeah, we're both big Chainsaw Man fans.
Yeah, anime and manga.
Yes, sir.
All right, so then next in the realm of video games. So PlayStation released a video with like a list showcasing all the games that are coming out the early part of 2024. It was a showcase. It wasn't like a full-on trailer talking about these games, but they were just saying like these are a lot of PlayStation exclusives that are coming. A lot of new games, but then some games that they are remastering as well.
Okay,
So here's the list. I'm gonna give this to you, and you tell me, how excited you are for these games.
go for it.
So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I know we talked about a different episode about that you were not getting Final Fantasy fatigue, but you were just perplexed at how long that they were going. Like Final Fantasy 15, I think 16 is coming out, and they keep going back to old Final Fantasies, and I think they're doing a remake of Final Fantasy 3, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. What do you feel?
Oh man, I don't know. I got to see the trailer for it.
Were you ever Final Fantasy?
I was when it was like RPG only. You know what I mean? Like that original RPG.
Yeah.
It just felt so much. I liked it that way, and I feel like along the way it changed, right? Like more into like a 3 view fights. Like
Yeah, but it was still like turn-based RPG. I think Final Fantasy 15 was one of the first ones where it wasn't turn-based.
yeah,
So just the world of Final Fantasy, I do like, Cloud and Sephiroth, and they added him to Kingdom Hearts and Smash Bros. So I do like the aesthetic. It is very anime, but I do feel like there's a lot with Final Fantasy, and it is hard for me to like follow the lore of Final Fantasy.
keep up with it, right? Yeah.
Just because they changed directors and it is the same story, but everybody has their own like 2 cents to put in on it.
Every time I close my eyes.
True.
So it hasn't been passed around a lot, but I do like the aesthetic. So a lot of these, remakes, it's either hit or miss. Like either it's a cash grab or they're actually like putting breath into these new games. Next, we have Helldivers 2. So this is, a sequel to this game, Helldivers. It's a fight for freedom across a hostile galaxy in this frantic third-person cooperative team shooter. It kind of looks like No Man's Sky. I like how they have it here, first-person cooperative team shooter. So depending on how much this game costs or if it's going to be available with PlayStation Plus, I will maybe want to play it and then see if we can like play together or like, play with a group of people. Because, we haven't been back on Destiny for a while, but
I know.
that is like my genre of video games or even just in general, like sci-fi. So, I'm looking forward to this, even if maybe I might not play it, depending on how much it costs.
Stellar Blade. Okay.
Then Stellar Blade. So it's an anime girl, thrilling slice of razor sharp action. So I don't know if you've ever seen, what is it, like Near Automaton or Near, what's the other one? Replicant.
No, I don't think so.
It's basically just like an anime girl, but she's got a sword. So I don't know if you have you ever seen Metal Gear Rising?
Yes.
So it's kind of like that. Like it's just, she's just chopping up big robots.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, very, very PlayStation.
Game.
Yeah. Then we have Rise of the Ronin. So it's a team ninja game. I think they're the people who make Ninja Gaiden.
It's an open world thing.
Open world samurai game. So
Okay.
not dissimilar from Ghost of Tsushima, but
Oh, I love that game, man.
yeah. So it's kind of gonna be like that. But they just haven't really said too much about it. For listeners of the podcast, we love samurais here. So
Oh man.
anything samurai. And then Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I don't know if it is a Yakuza game, but it looks like a Yakuza game. And I haven't really played any of those games. My homeboy Fred, he likes them. One of our editors, or Oscar,
Mhm.
for the podcast, he preaches by these damn Yakuza games. So
Really?
yeah, I don't know. I played them. They are kind of like I don't know. You use the word gimmicky when referring to some animes, but I don't think it is gimmicky. It is just very I'll just say it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like a very fun game. Like you don't have to like take it too seriously. Just sit back and have fun playing this game.
Yeah.
Then we had Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. So the last Prince of Persia game came out was Forgotten Sands back in 2010. So it's been over 10 years since the last Prince of Persia game. We were talking about it in our other episode about, how it looks and, they think it's going to win awards or whatever, but, it remains to be seen. Then we have Silent Hill 2.
Oh.
So that's just a remake of the game, Silent Hill 2. I really like Silent Hill. Because I remember they came out with Death Strandings, and that was a game that I didn't play, but I wanted to play it, but...
Are you like a big fan on like horror games?
I am, yeah. I remember we were talking about
Dead Space.
That game is really, really good. So I do like the anxiety that I get when I play a horror game. I don't know. There's the game Resident Evil, I think is Biohazard, or whichever one that you walk through where it's like a VR one. You're like in this house.
I don't think for the VR, right?
For the VR.
Maybe I played the demo.
Yeah.
But I don't remember too much of it.
So I don't like that game just because it gives me too much anxiety. Like that shit scares me when it's VR like that. But I don't know. Even when I play with The Last of Us, I like, the thrill of being chased by these damn monsters, or, oh shit, did they hear me? Fucking throw the rock.
Right.
PlayStation or these games that have been having remakes, they have been hitting. Like Resident Evil 2 remake was good. I don't know how I felt about the third one, but number 4 was really good. Just a lot of these remakes, even Dead Space, like Dead Space when it came out again, that was a remake. And then the last 2 games I have is Metal Gear Delta. So this is another remake, and it's a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Ooh.
So
have you ever been a big fan of Metal Gear? I'm
a really big fan of Metal Gear. So growing up, so I had my friend who would play it, and then I would watch him play it. So I never really got to play it. And then, I would just go to his house every day after school, and then I would just watch him play. And then we kind of like played it together, but he never passed me the controller. But I also never asked for it because I'd rather just watch, because I didn't want to, he might have asked, if I wanted to play, but I was like, no, you play. I want to. But it's still like, that was like, how people like watch Let's Plays or people stream. That was like the original streaming, was going over to your friend's house and watching him play. So that's how I experienced Metal Gear growing up. I never really played it myself, but I did watch like the whole games, through my friend. More recently, I played Metal Gear Phantom Zero, and then there's another one, 5 or whatever. So I played both of those. One is just like really short, and the other one is like a straight Metal Gear game. That game is amazing.
Yeah.
That game is so great. This one, I can't remember, there's so many different Metal Gears, but this one is definitely a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
No, I do remember playing it on the PS2.
Right. Most of your games.
Yeah, most of my games, all my like childhood memories comes from like the PS2 era, man.
Yeah.
But I do remember like getting it, and it was first like through a friend. He was playing it. It looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
I went to GameStop. I picked it up, and I played it. I thought like the concept of it being like the way the game is viewed is from like like if it was like a camera in the ceiling, right? It's like viewed from the top,
right? Like
top down view, right? And then he's like, it's like a little maze that you go through where you gotta have to like stay away from, any soldiers or like get caught or something like that. And you do like little miniature games, but the story is really compelling though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that game's coming out. And no real release dates on most of these games, but definitely they just said they're definitely all coming out this year, but also in the early part of this year, 2024. And then Tekken 8, which is coming out at the end of the month. Which,
yes, sir.
We do have an episode about Tekken coming out. The King of Iron Fist Tournament 8.
Yeah, that's our episode's coming out after this one.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. But that's another game that I'm like looking forward to.
Yes, sir.
So then last, in the realm of movies.
What are we doing in movies, man?
So Spirited Away live on stage is streaming on Max.
I heard about this.
Yeah, they usually have showings for this in theaters. As supportive as I am, I feel like I always talk about an anime play in this damn podcast. And
you did what have you done so far? Okay, so we talking about Spirited Away. Did Death Note.
Death Note has a musical.
Naruto has one.
Naruto has one. Demon Slayer has an on-stage thing. Just a lot of these.
No, we talked about them. Being in all honesty, have you seen any of them?
I haven't seen any of them. I meant to watch. So I'm not the biggest fan of stage plays. I love anime, and I love that it also
translates into that, like
into these different things, like video games, movies. I know there hasn't been a lot of good live action movies, but I will go see a stage play if it's like good enough for, I'll watch anything with anyone, but I won't watch a lot of stuff by myself.
Okay.
So if I have a friend who wants to go watch a stage play, I'll go watch it or whatever. And then depending on if I like it is if I like it, but I'm willing to watch or try anything.
Yeah.
So as supportive as I am of these stage plays, I haven't really seen a lot of them.
No, I haven't either. I haven't seen them, but like I've seen clips of it like on YouTube or something like that.
Right.
Like just like snippets of it, but I don't know if it would be something that I would be interested in watching. I might give it like a one-time chance just to go and see what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like form my own opinion on if I like it or not.
The thing that is like takes me away is that it's in the movie theater. So usually when they have screenings for this, they record it and they play it in the theater.
So you want to watch it live?
I want to watch it live if it's going to be a play. Like, why would I watch a play at the movies?
Yeah.
So, but it is streaming on Max. So I might actually watch it if it's like, in the background or in the comfort of my home. But like, even with like, with my Regal Unlimited app, I don't know if I would go to the movies to watch something like this.
I got you.
Maybe if we were going to do an episode on it.
No, but like on your own time, you don't think so?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
So there's two versions. There's one and it's just two different actresses playing Chichiro, or Chihiro.
Chihiro.
One is, you had me saying Chichiro. Chihiro. One is with this actress Kana Hashimoto, and then this other one, Monet Kamishirashi. So I hope I said her name right. But two versions of her, and but it's the same story. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I might check it out. If it's groundbreaking or if it's whatever, we might do an episode on it, but I doubt it. So then that's it for the news. Ready for the meat and potatoes?
Yes, sir. It's time to eat. It's time to grub. It's time to get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's go, man.
All right.
Go, 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 go.
So Mashle. Magic and Muscles.
I don't know why the whole time I thought it was
Mashle. Maybe it's because of the exclamation point at the end.
Maybe.
But even
it's
then,
Mashle.
Mashle or Mashle. I think that's an awful name.
Right?
I think they should have just called it Magic and Muscle, and I think that's fine. Like we would have got it because his name is not even Mashle.
That's what I was thinking too.
It's Mash. So
right, Mashle. It might mean something.
It might translate. Yeah,
it's something different. Yeah.
So it's a manga written and drawn by Hajime Komodo. So not much is out about him, like at all. So
it's just his first.
It's not his first manga. He has been involved with a one shot. This is his first like serialized manga. He was part of this one shot called Liberal Fuki Lin Yamada Taru. There's not much information about that either. I have the photo for you. This is how it looks.
Okay.
It's a manga that came out in 2018. I couldn't even find it anywhere. It's a one shot, but it's not on Manga Park or Manganello or Read Manga Online or Manga.
Man.
It's not anywhere. It's listed as a comedy, but besides Mashle, I don't really see anything else from this guy.
So is that like his thing, like comedy anime? Like
I guess.
Because Mashle, it has like criteria of comedy in it.
Yeah. You've asked me because I had some questions from you about it being like a gimmick anime. So
I think it is.
Tell me what that means to you, or why do you say it like that, a gimmick anime?
So when I think about a gimmick anime, I was thinking about like that anime where I told you I watched like the full episodes, but I kind of regret it because the one where he reincarnates into a vending machine.
Yes.
So that's like, to me, is a gimmick anime. Like it's funny. It's something just kind of like glide you through, like if you don't have anything else to watch, something you just put on, maybe like you said, like in the background. But that's pretty much it. It's like you don't really expect much of it. You don't really expect a good story out of it. It might just be a gimmick. It's just funny.
Gimmick, I feel like gimmick is such a
strong word,
like a connotation, like a negative connotation.
Like a gimmick, yeah.
Gimmick, like a gimmick. I think of like scratch and sniff is a gimmick, or like if you want to, like if they're trying to sell you something.
But I think
that's not really what they're selling. Like that's not the main.
But
part
like you said, like it's a scratch and sniff. I feel like it's something that they're trying to adapt, or something they're trying to bring out and see how the crowd feels.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like who really asked for a reincarnation of a vending machine? who asked for that? Did you ask for it? I don't remember ever hearing anybody saying like, damn, I wish they would come out with an anime like that. I think it would be dope fire, the anime of the year.
Right.
No, nobody's saying that. But it's just like something that people, I don't know, like sometimes I think like, were they bored when they made these, like the concept of it? Like
You asked
how
if they were
funny would it be
high.
if they were high, because it was, man. Like this is not something that I would ever think about. Like I would be like, what if we just make an anime about a dude dying and he thinks about vending machines and how great they are, and he gets reincarnated into a vending machine, and then you're like, okay, where do you take that? Like, where's the next step in that? Like,
Yeah.
does he become the next leader in wherever he's at? Or
Becomes the king of vending machines, bro.
like, what other vending machines is he competing with? Like,
yeah, all around the world.
like, is he gonna become the demon god of vending machines?
Maybe,
Like,
maybe
that's the thing that I'm saying. Like, to me,
But it's
it's a
anime.
gimmick.
Yeah, it's
but
anime.
I know animes. It's supposed, but there's series animes where you're just like, damn, this is a very serious anime. Like, it has everything a soap opera would have. It has everything an action movie would have. It has everything a drama movie would have. Like, this is top tier. And then there's just your low tier anime that is just like something you just watch on the side.
Yeah.
Until the next big thing comes along the way. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I love all anime, and you know, there is like a bunch of different animes that I'm not into, but even then, I have the appreciation that, you know, somebody's into it. So like you're talking about with the vending machine anime, the isekai, like it is very goofy, but you know, people like that. And I was talking to my homegirl about this, about like a turn your brain off anime or a turn your brain off show. I don't really have any of those because my brain is so always on. Like, even if I'm watching something dumb, I am like appreciating it. Like when I watch Jackass,
you're appreciating.
I'm like, wow, that's very clever. I can't believe they dressed up as a bear and before they, you know, played tetherball with what is it? With like a honeycomb, like with like a bees. I was like, wow, that I don't know. Like I do laugh and I do let myself enjoy it, but as far as like I don't ever turn my brain off because I'm always in like
appreciating the concept, appreciating the idea.
Yeah, so
because something
I'm
like
sure,
you wouldn't have think about. Like,
so I haven't seen this reincarnated as a vending machine, but I'm sure
I wouldn't recommend.
I'm sure that they put thought into it. I'm sure it's not.
Well, you have to put thought, man. Like, how would you even create an like multiple episodes about it?
They build on it.
You know, built on it. They did. So there's thought put into it. But I'm just saying, like.
So would you say, taking it back to Mashle, so would you say Mashle is a gimmick anime? Do you think that they didn't put any thought?
It was, to me, at the beginning, I thought it was like it was going to be a funny anime. Like, I say gimmicky, like it's just funny. Like the idea of, oh, we live in this world where it's run by magic.
Right.
If you don't have magic, you're basically like discarded as a baby, like just killed off or put to the side.
Right.
And the only way you know you have magic is if you have these like scar lines or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess the more scar lines you have, the more powerful you are, or the more you are up in society.
Yeah.
In that sense, right? In this world of magic. But here's this guy, no scar, no magic, but his gimmick is that he is strong as fuck.
Right.
He is what they called Giga Chad.
Okay, right.
Right? He's a Giga Chad.
Oh, very
Giga
nice.
Chads, right?
Man, I knew what that was.
So, you know, he's just this meat juice muscle guy, but he has like his own sense of humor too. Like he likes those.
He's got a good heart.
Yeah, he has a good heart. He's good people. He good people.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he good people. You know, so he's the type of guy you want to have around, like as a friend or whatever. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? I didn't know what the story was heading. Like, it was kind of like a gimmick. Like, but then they started adding like a little bit layers to it, like a society within the school that they believe they should be running the world.
Right. Well, yeah, like the world without him still is this magical world that you have to flesh out. The manga went for 3.5 years, published in the Weekly Shonen from January 2020 to recently ending in July 2023. Collected in 18 volumes, 162 issues, with a one-shot that they came out with recently back on January 5th. On the Shonen Jump app. The anime is produced by A1 Pictures, who also did Sword Art Online, Black Butler, which a coworker of mine saw it. I hadn't seen it. Have you seen Black Butler?
I've seen a couple of episodes. It's on Netflix, I think.
Yeah. What do you think? It's okay. Okay.
I haven't seen a couple episodes. Like I can't really remember, but I remember seeing a couple episodes. I've heard.
Yeah. They do Fairy Tail and they also do Solo Leveling. Yeah, the new upcoming anime Solo Leveling.
Yeah, Solo Leveling. Yeah, we've been talking about it. We talked a little bit more in depth in our Tekken episode. It's gonna come out pretty soon.
Yeah.
So you'll hear about it. I don't want to go too much, but word on the street is the anime of the year. So
We'll see. It's one episode in for them to be making bold claims like that.
Right. Well, yeah, the manga itself has been pretty good, but yeah, they only have one episode so far as it comes from the animation.
Yeah. So they also made an anime for this game, Near Automata. So it's a game published by Square Enix.
Okay.
Like I said, there's not a lot about this damn anime. So my approach to this episode was Harry Potter. So they also have Mashle the stage. It's a stage play in Tokyo in July 2023, and it's also set to come back 2024, but no real release date about that. So some reviews that came out about Mashle is that it's a Harry Potter parody with overtones of One Punch Man.
Yes.
Does that
it does
sum it up pretty good?
So it literally goes hand to hand with Harry Potter. Like you have the whole school, which is called Easton Magic Academy, right?
Yeah.
So you have like the whole school, the whole staff. Some characters even resemble some characters in Harry Potter, like Lemon. I think she's supposed to resemble Hermione, and there's like
just that she's a girl.
Yeah, but like the way it's the way they resemble. Like it's a group of friends. You know, they're trying to go through the school and like they're finding new things. They have Quidditch, right?
Yeah.
So that's part of the Harry Potter world.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's different things that just kind of like gives you that Harry Potter vibe, but in a more funnier way, a funny animated way into it. So and then like the whole One Punch Man too, like you're taking
him, you're
taking him, which is a no magic guy, and putting him in a world that I feel like he doesn't belong.
Damn,
Same
bro,
thing.
You sound like one of the people that at the school, bro.
Well, that's technically it. I mean, but he's trying to. Him and his his father and that police officer are trying to help him like change the mentality of that. Like humans can live in this, world of magic.
Right. Well, damn. So you have to bench press 10,000 pounds?
But that's the gimmick, right? Like I
know it works for him.
It works for him, but how would it work for another human that can't bench press?
Right.
That much, or can do a 40-yard in 0.1 second. You know what I mean?
Right. Or fly
by kicking as hard and as quick as possible. So there's certain things that it just doesn't make sense to me. But it's like you're putting a character that I feel like doesn't belong in that world, in this world, and he's just making the best out of it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So they do have a lot of like Harry Potter comparisons. So I have.
What comparisons do you have?
So I have the direct one. So they have brooms and Quidditch. So in this anime, it's called Duelo.
I thought that episode was funny as hell.
So
I was just like, when that episode came up, I was just thinking to myself, okay, how is he gonna do it?
Every episode, you're like, okay, how?
Right? How? And I think that's like the gimmick of the show is like you're just thinking like, how is he gonna like overcome this step, or like how he's gonna overcome this wizard, or how he's gonna overcome this situation. And here he is in this situation where he has to fly, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, he's not going to fly. Like you need magic to fly. And here he comes with the most simplest, dumbest idea to fly. Kick my feet as quick as possible and making that little air thing. It's just like basically what Sanji does in One Piece.
Oh, right.
He kicks the air. That's what he is doing. That's how he is flying. But all you see is his legs like moving as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it's like Mr. Krabs or Plankton.
I think they were supposed to do like a race or something like that with the broom. And what he does, he ends up just throwing the broom and making it look like he literally...
Yeah, he throws it and then jumps.
Jumps on it and just goes with it. So I'm like, bro, this is what I mean. This is the gimmick stuff that I'm saying. Like,
So, I mean, it is a big part of Harry Potter. So Harry Potter's one thing that he is good at is being able to fly a broom.
Yeah.
So in Quidditch, they have like the snitch, where if you grab that, you win the game automatically, which I think is pretty dumb. But they don't have a snitch in Duelo. It is just that's the
basic,
only thing.
The basic of just throwing it through
the ball through the hoops, and then what he does is he just throws it, and he
because he's so strong, he's able to throw it but pitch the ball so it returns back to him.
Yeah, where he just
and then he just constantly just doing it point after point after. And I'm like,
and he broke the record. Yeah,
right.
So and then they also have curse marks on magic users, like you're talking about. So it is confirmed by the author that it is only on the face, so nobody has like curse marks anywhere else in their body to prove that they have magic.
Yeah.
So, you know, Harry Potter has like the curse on his head that he got from Voldemort, but
Well, we can't say his name like that.
Oh, my bad. We'll edit that out. From He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yes, he who should not be named.
And his name is Voldemort. Phileas, you might as well use it.
So that's where the curse marks come
Jacob
from.
Smugs. If y'all remember my character.
Right.
Damn, man.
So that's where the
only true fans will remember that.
Right. So that's where that comes from, is from Harry Potter having like that curse mark on his head. So they do have spells and potions class. So that's like a big thing in the, I was going to say the anime from Harry Potter, is like he's always in potions class. A lot of the drama and the tea gets passed around in potions class.
Yes.
So they have Mandragoras, which is this anime's version of mandrakes.
Mm-hmm.
So in Harry Potter, the mandrakes, they're used in the creation of restorative draughts, which cures the petrification. So that's like, you know, when petrified and then they get fucking like
frozen.
Frozen. They are only effective in their mature form, these mandrakes. So in the anime, the mandragoras, they're to be used as an ingredient. One must silence the scream, which is like another thing from mandrakes, so that when it falls asleep, you are able to prepare it in a potion ingredient. So if you don't soothe them and allow them to continue crying, they will begin to grow larger and become considerably louder.
And how does he overcome that? If I remember, he did something to keep them quiet, which I thought was, again, funny, like a gimmick.
I don't really remember.
I don't remember either, but I know he did something different that they were all like, oh, wow. Like, everything he does is like so simple that you're like, why did I didn't think of that?
Yeah. I mean, I could have thought that he would have just like kicked his feet, but I thought, I don't know.
What do you thought he would do to fly? What was, I had paused it there and said like, Xavier, what do you think, how he's going to get out of this situation? What, he's going to throw the broom up and just jump with it to make it look like he's flying up? Is that? Or something? But then how you staying up in the air?
I have no idea.
You know what I mean?
I don't know how they didn't even see it too. I think some of them did see that he was just kicking his feet. Right? I was like, damn, what the hell? Because nobody even knows that he doesn't have magic either. That's another layer of the anime, is that no one's allowed to know that he can't do magic. So he's making it seem like he does have magic. But so they think it's like some sort of strength spell or some sort of.
That's the thing. Everybody knows, because they can sense that he doesn't have magic. I think there's a sense that he doesn't have magic, and they kind of see it, but they can't really point it out. Like they can't be like, oh, he doesn't. They can't prove it.
Well, because he would be the first of his kind, so it doesn't make sense. Like he should be dead if he doesn't have magic.
Yeah, but the funny part is that they all come back to the same conclusion. He has some type of strength magic.
Right. Because everybody has like their own, like, you know, their own type, their own like style of magic.
Yeah, like some is wind, some is fire, some is metal,
right? Some is like
puppets,
right?
You know what I mean? Yeah, so they all have like their own type of magic or their own set of magic, and so they believe his magic is muscles,
right?
Or like enhancing his strength.
Yeah. So they also have like the sorting or the house sorting. So in the anime, it's the sorting unicorn. So it's this unicorn skeleton that when you grab its horn, it reads your mind and your inner thoughts, and then it sorts you into your house.
Yeah.
And Harry Potter, they have like the sorting hat. The thing about the sorting hat is that you can just ask to be put in like a different house, which kind of defeats the purpose of the sorting hat. So like, why even like have him read your mind and put you in your house when you can just say, nah, I don't want to be in the house.
Right.
Which is what happens to Harry Potter.
So in that episode, I thought it was funny because you didn't even know about the houses until they had mentioned it to him. He was like, wait, we're supposed to be in houses? He's like, yeah, what is your house? And he was like, oh, I remember. He was like, yeah, you don't remember grabbing the unicorns?
Oh, he did. Right.
And he was like, and there was like a backflash of him grabbing it. But all he kept thinking was of the fucking puffs, the cream puffs, that the horn was having a hard time figuring out. Like, so the horn kind of just like went meeny, miny, mo, and like, this is the house you get.
Yeah. And then speaking of the different houses, so they do have houses as well, just like Harry Potter. They have
that point system too. Like Harry Potter has their point system.
Oh, but
they have like,
with coins.
Yeah.
So each house is separated, and in this anime, there's only 3 houses, where in Harry Potter it's 4. So they have the Adler house, the Orca house, and then the Lang house. So the Adlers, those are like the Gryffindors. They're like the brave main character energy kind of house. And then you have the orcas. They're like the Ravenclaws. So those are like the nerds, the intelligent, the well-versed.
Mm-hmm.
It's more goofy in the anime because they are just nerds. Like all they do is study. They don't even participate in like basically any of the sports or any of the points. They're just all about books and learning.
Yeah.
And then you have the Lang house. So that's like the Slytherin house. The way they describe it is like having an ability and ambition. Those are the traits of like what you would consider quote unquote bad guys. I think in like the first episode of Harry Potter, and I call them episodes, but Ron talks about there's not a wizard who went bad that wasn't from Slytherin. I mean, it's a snake house. So I don't know why they would phrase it that way, but it's not a house full of bad guys, but it's just a house full of people who have
those qualities or traits of a bad guy.
Right. Or just like they have incredible ability, but then also an ambition to prove themselves that like they're the best.
Yeah.
So usually when you have like that in a group of people, the person who thinks that they're the best are villainized.
Conceited, like they're in their head. Oh,
right.
They think they're better than us.
Right, like Kanye West or like Floyd Mayweather or like
And then even in the real world, they're considered villains.
Right. But they're just
Mayweather, the villain of boxing. Kanye West, the villain of rapping.
Right. So they're just or even like Muhammad Ali was like that when he would just say, "Oh, I'm the best and I know it."
Yeah.
Like then that kind of arrogance, puts a target on your back.
True.
That's what they are. So it is described as a Harry Potter parody. And I do have a rant.
Before you go into rant, what house was he put in? I forgot.
He was put in Adler.
Adler?
Yeah. He's he's the main character, bro.
It's funny. I keep hearing he's a main character, but sometimes he doesn't give main character vibes. Sometimes it feels like he can be a side character. Because all his friends also have like specific episodes where they shine.
Right. But it's anime. That's how it is. Like Gaara is the main character of his anime.
Well, on that arc, he was kind of like the main character.
Right. So, if not having magic was more regular, then I could see him being like, the strong guy on the team of these magic and non-magic people. Yeah. So if like somebody also didn't have magic, but they were a good sword fighter, then I could see him being. But right now, he's like, the guy to break the system. Like in the anime, when they open it, he like crushes this magic wand, and that's like, symbol of him fucking saying,
"It was like magic."
Fuck magic.
Magic sucks.
Fuck magic.
Muscles. Right. I mean, just like even from the very first episode of him like entering the Wizard Academy, just like this is what made me laugh. So there was like the guy that comes out to do like the orientation. He's like basically everybody's like, oh my god, it's him, like he's such a strong wizard, blah blah blah, this and that, and he's like, oh, it's me, welcome to the orientation or whatever.
Right.
And then he's like,
he's just a student.
Then he's like, he's a student, but I guess he's like a top student. He's like, and then he's like summons like the desk and the chairs, and then Mash is like, why couldn't we just go to the auditorium? Don't you guys have desks and tables? Like, you're showing off basically. And he's like, I have the magic to do it, so why not do it? Yeah. And that's like a concept of the world. Like, if they want to be lazy, they can, because all you need is a wand. Like, they even showing like the way they eat. Yeah, they just have the spoon floating, and because there's just that lazy.
How to make the cream puffs? Like they're trying to make cream puffs, and they're like doing magic, and Mash doesn't have any magic, so
he has to make it like by hand. Like, actually,
but they also just don't know how to make it by hand.
Exactly, because they just have magic for it. Like,
right,
and it's kind of like a lazy society if you really think about it.
Right. I mean, yeah. So, how do you feel about Harry Potter? Because in general.
I love Harry Potter, man.
You love Harry Potter?
I do. I really do. I think it's one of those iconic movies growing up and they filmed it so right too. Like they grabbed the aspect of like being inside the academy and like I just remember Hogwarts, just being inside Hogwarts, and then just like when they first entered in the hall or the main hall, like just having like the candles floating up in the air, the atmosphere that they kind of presented, and then you see in this big tall robe dude with this long beard just walking on being like, welcome to Hogwarts. Right. Where we have the most exceptional wizards.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We produce the most exceptional wizards.
Like it just the vibe. You're just like, and then you start learning about like different type of magics, the classes, the potion classes, the type of creatures they have, unicorns, orgs, big 8-legged spiders, and ghosts, and paintings that move, staircases that fucking would literally drive me nuts.
I'm late to my class.
I'm late to my class, but here I gotta wait because this staircase won't move into the right direction 3 minutes from now. Like,
I gotta get on the rotation.
Right. So I thought, I don't know, it's just so dope. And then just like the secrets that nobody talks about. And
the Chamber of Secrets.
Secrets. And
so I don't hate Harry Potter. I have my opinions. I do feel, in the same vein, like how you're talking about like the world. I do like the world of Harry Potter.
It really immerses you in, man.
Yeah, I'm like I said at the top of the episode, I'm more into sci-fi. I'm not really into fantasy, but I do appreciate, things like that when it's done very well. So my problem with Harry Potter, or the story of Harry Potter, is the preferential treatment that Harry Potter gets the whole show.
Right?
Because as somebody so my house is Ravenclaw, but the show of Harry Potter has all this preferential treatment to Gryffindors, and it is showcased in the end of the very first episode. The very first movie shows that Dumbledore included, just all they care about is Gryffindor. So how you were saying, they have like this point system where every house has to like prove themselves with like different classes and these different feats or whatever to get these points. At the end of the year, they award one house fucking king of Hogwarts. Yeah. And then I don't know what they get, like a cake or, extra credit or whatever.
Yeah.
But, so at the end of the episode, Slytherin is ahead. They even they call out the points. So Gryffindor is dead last with 312 points. Ravenclaw is close second with 426 points. And Slytherin clears it with 472 points. They give you all the points, right? Then Dumbledore, out of nowhere, for no reason, and only to Gryffindor, awards Gryffindor with all these points, 50 points at a time, 50 points for Ron for sucking at chess, 50 points to Hermione just because.
Just because she, I don't know, figured out something.
Just because
she knows how to say
50 points to fucking Harry Potter. I think maybe even 60 just cause he's Harry Potter. And then still that's not enough points to win. Then out of nowhere he gives 10 points slap in the face to Neville Longbottom for nothing.
Just to like get them over Slytherin.
Just to get them over Slytherin. And then they even have all the flags are Slytherin because they won. Then this last minute point bullshit, they fucking changed the flags to Gryffindor and basically pull the rug under Slytherin. That shit pissed me off.
And you wonder why Slytherin becomes evil.
Yes,
I would be pissed off too.
They gaslit them into saying, like, okay, you're in the Slytherin house. You're evil. You just don't know it yet. And then everybody hates Slytherin, and they're nice or whatever, but
just because they're good at what they do,
bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit pissed me off.
They all hate Slytherin because of one character.
Oh,
Draco. Okay, so like there's a face for each house.
Right.
I feel like there is.
Okay.
So like Slytherin is to us because we're watching the movie.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like Slytherin is Draco.
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw is whoever.
It's that girl. She can see dead people.
Yeah. So like they give it a face to these houses.
Right.
So you automatically think Slytherin.
Hufflepuff is Robert Bat. What's that guy? Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
He's Hufflepuff.
That's what I'm saying. So you get a face to these houses.
Right.
Right. And then you're automatically associated in your head like, okay, Slytherin is Draco is a fucking piece of shit. He's an asshole. Well, how does he pronounce Harry Potter's name? He says in the fucking most irritating way, like
Potter.
We saw it for family movie night, and then there's an episode or whatever. I think it's the second one where something happens to Harry Potter. Oh, he gets stupefied in the face, and then Draco walks by. He's like,
"Nice face, Potter."
Potter.
I like Draco.
Potter.
So I like Draco. I like him in the first few movies. I don't like him like later on, but I do just like how fucking stupid and like how arrogant and
But that's what you
he's a good
associate
rival.
his house
right.
with him because
Right.
that's the character you're presented to the most.
But even just like his dad is a bad guy, or
Yeah.
you know, Tom Riddle, he who shall not be named, was a Slytherin, and you know, like Ron says, like all the worst wizards come from Slytherin. I don't know, man. I just think it's so fucked up, and it is, you know, they gaslit like Slytherin people into
and
thinking.
they do it in every movie.
Every movie, the Slytherin house out of all their glory for no reason besides. And I'm not Slytherin, I'm Ravenclaw, but if I was Slytherin, I'd be so fucking pissed. So and it doesn't just end there. So you know, Harry Potter is the chosen one. So they just give him everything.
But remember, he's the chosen one, so he gets plot armor.
Right. And he sucks. He doesn't do it. He doesn't know any spells. The only
I ain't gonna lie, he does
The
suck.
only spell he knows is Expecto Patronum. He doesn't and how to ride a broom, but he sucks in potions class.
He sucks everywhere
sucks,
else. But
you
that's
know.
where you have Hermione to like, I guess,
Yeah.
back him up on that parts that he sucks. Ron backs him up in other parts that he sucks.
Ron
So
just has,
between
like,
the three, they kind of equal one good
right,
wizard.
Yeah, they're like Team 7 in Naruto, except for Harry Potter is Sakura.
Damn, bro.
There it is. There
it is. You had to say it. I feel like you had to get that off your
I had to
chest,
get it
bro.
off. Like I said,
He has it written down here as exclamation marks, like all caps. He's been waiting for this part to come up.
no, that's not the dumb.
Harry Potter is the Sakura.
So I will say, I also did warm up to Harry Potter as a character as like the movies go on. So you know, there's a part where he's like trying to get a date to the prom, and this girl's like flirting on him or whatever. She's crushing on Harry Potter, and she's like, Hermione's all jealous. She's like, oh, she only likes you because you're the chosen one. And he's like, but I am the chosen one. And I'm like, this nigga's the chosen one. Come on, he's the chosen one. He's Harry Potter.
One, man. He knows he's the chosen one. Everybody tells him he's the chosen. Literally on the first movie, he walks to go buy stuff, and he's like, everybody's like, is that Harry
you don't have to pay for shit.
He's the chosen one.
Give it to him.
Right? Just
Take this kid's wand. Actually,
he got credit anyway. So the man has money in the bank from the very beginning.
I know he's privileged. Harry Potter is white privilege for the wizarding world.
Yeah, that's true, man.
But I'm
sorry to say, man. I feel like we're bursting people's bubbles and we're talking mad shit. I do like Harry Potter.
Yeah, no, look, that's why I started with you.
So you were gonna talk mad shit about it. Like, let him hype it up and then let me knock it down.
No, not like it down. So I was like, imagine I'm like Harry Potter's age by the time I'm watching the movies. The movies came out, I think, in 2000. So he's only like 3 to 4 years older than me when the movies were coming out. So I also not identified with Harry Potter, but I saw him like as a peer. He does grow to be a character that I really do like. So he's brave as hell, and he's like a good guy, and he's just like, you know, in the same vein as like white privilege. Like it's not his fault that he is the chosen one.
It's not.
He's just the chosen one. I don't like all the enabling ass people around him that just gives him whatever the fuck he wants.
Right. I mean, he does things that would literally expel him from school.
Yeah.
They tell him not to go here, he goes there. They tell him not to do that, he does that.
Yeah,
and somehow, like, he's still, it's all right. He's the chosen one.
Man, he's the chosen one. Better fucking send him back to class.
Yeah. Oh, he saved the day. He saved the world.
Right. So I think this anime Mashle does kind of go into that. So when he's saying fuck magic, I think he's kind of like saying like fuck all this, like, you know, hoity-toity, you know, privilege. Oh, you're born with magic, and if you're not born into magic, then you need to die. So that's what I like about this
extreme,
anime.
though.
Yeah, right.
They couldn't just have a human world, like
yeah,
a human society where people with no magic.
Yeah. So, and then another layer that this is, so J.K. Rowling. So she is someone with a lot of controversy. So I don't want to get into too much about it, but so she wrote all of Harry Potter by herself.
Yeah.
She's young
enough.
An
amazing feat. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people.
Right. You know, respect where it's due. And then she did create this world, and, you know, the Harry Potter stuff aside, it is a magical, fantastical world that is Harry Potter. But she's young enough to know how to use social media and Twitter. So even though she's an author of these books that she wrote in the 90s, she gets on Twitter and retroactively changes things in the Harry Potter world, like on a fucking Tuesday in the middle of the day, just because she got called out. Like, hey, where's all the Jewish people in Harry Potter? Oh yeah, there is a Jewish one. He was always there. This is his name. Anthony Goldstein. That's what she said. Oh, where are all the black people? Oh yeah, Hermione's black.
Is she?
That's what she wrote.
Oh shit! I didn't know she was black.
Hermione's not black. Obviously, she's not black in
She's
the
not
movies.
black.
And
And her parents weren't black.
there's excerpts in the books that says she had like a scared, pale, white face or whatever. Oh, we're all the gay people in Harry Potter. Oh, Dumbledore's gay. That's what she does. So
Well, he was in the other movies on
in the fantastical world,
Beasts.
but that's after she got called out
Yeah.
for not having any gay people in her anime.
But what
or in
would that
her-
even matter though? Like she wrote this back in the 90s. Why switch it up now? You know what I mean? Just to,
If she had, not that she doesn't have integrity, she should say that. Yeah, like
this was written in these days.
Yeah,
Back then,
new
being
characters
gay
can
was
be-
not how open it is now. And the
right. But her problem is, and we have a friend, Paula. She says that everything that J.K. Rowling says about Harry Potter now is fan fiction, even though she's the one to make it. But you can't, in the same like with George Lucas, like he puts these movies out, but then he'll go back and change things in his movie, and he's the one who made it. But if it pisses off a lot of fans, they'll say no, that's not true, or that's not canon. And I'm like, okay, well, come on.
well, they're just fan pleasing at this point, man.
Right. So, there's also that. And then she also has like some tweets that she put out about like ginger people that there's, man and there's a woman and there's no such thing as like, in between.
In the magic world, but this is
No.
our world.
No. In real world. Yeah.
We're not gonna get into that.
She just has all this shit. So I think, taking it back to Mashle,
Mhm.
I think that's him also saying fuck her, because there is areas of gray, and there you can, and he's not even like how you said earlier. He's a good guy, but he's also simple-minded, and he doesn't have main character energy. He isn't the leader of men. He isn't like this, chosen one.
They're trying to evolve something, and really, like you said in the beginning of the episode, his main objective is to
Just
basically
live peacefully with his dad.
Well, that's what he wants, but his dad is sending him to school to show that a non-magic person can live in a world of magic,
Right.
and he is succeeding in doing that.
Right.
But I feel like deep down, that's not really his objective. Like he just
No.
I really just want to eat my cream puffs and,
Yeah.
and work out. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, really.
Like I'm just doing this because my dad is telling me to do it. So
Yeah.
I'm here to prove that point for my dad. But in reality, I feel like all he really wants to do is live in the woods with his dad, eat cream puffs, and literally
And
bench
work out.
press 320
Right.
sets,
Right.
20 sets of 100 and be the Giga Shot he was meant to be.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. That's what I think it is. And then a question that you wanted me to, put in was, do you think Harry Potter fans will like this anime Mashle? Having, heard what I said about it saying basically like a middle finger to Harry Potter and the world of Harry Potter, like, do you think people who like Harry Potter will like this anime?
Being honest, I would say no.
No?
No, I don't think they would like it. I think if I recommended this to a Harry Potter fan, I think they would just like the fact that there's certain things that reminds them of Harry Potter,
Right.
but that's it. Like that's the only reason they would even consider watching a little bit of it, just
Yeah.
because they're like, oh, they have this that was in Harry Potter. Oh, they have that was also in Harry Potter. Oh, they have this reference which was in Harry Potter. I think that's it. It's just that much. I don't think they'd be like, oh my god, this is like literally the next Harry Potter but in anime.
No.
No.
All right. So I will say I disagree, just because I feel like it does have so much, like, even if this guy, whoever he is, Jermaine, he has to have an appreciation of Harry Potter to actually put all this stuff in his anime or in his manga.
Right.
It's definitely not the next Harry Potter. The world outside of MASH, like it almost can be its own Harry Potter. Like there's like a dark organization in the background, and then there's like world has its own Dumbledore, and there is a lot of stuff going on. Like one of my favorite characters, we're gonna get into favorite characters in moments, but is Rain.
The main guy or the school leader or whatever,
The
he
Dumbledore?
the Dumbledore, and on this world, he is very fond of Mashle though. He even like tested him out, like
Yeah, well,
just-
because I think he is somebody who is a supporter of humans if they go above and beyond, so
Yeah.
he does have like a whimsical Dumbledore energy that he gives. So especially like in the first couple episodes of Harry Potter, Dumbledore is very like friendly, and he's like a kind old man, who imparts his wisdom on the children.
Mhm.
But later on, Dumbledore, he's kind of like mean. He's kind of like, there's a scene where something happens in the courtyard and everybody's watching, and then like, he's like looks around, he's like,
Don't you all have studying to do?
And I'm like, damn, Dumbledore, what the fuck? But like this Dumbledore that they have in MASH, he is like, you know, real wide-eyed and like, wow, I can't believe you. Show me, what would you do in this case, you know?
Yeah.
Like I was saying, Rain, he's like the Itachi of this. I think he's a divine visionary. All the stuff centered around him in the background, that is like where the show shines. And even like how we were talking about like with One Punch Man, the One Punch Man is simple, but the world that he lives in is very complex and like multi-layered. So,
and that was the one thing too, with when I was watching first season of One Punch Man, I was like, the show is really good. Animation blows me away on season 1. Right. Just the fighting alone between him and Genos. But I was like, okay, so then where's the story heading? I mean, so far we know is that he's One Punch Man. He can defeat any enemy with just one punch. So like, how do you progress from there? And eventually, like, you start figuring out that he is depressed. Saitama is depressed. He is suffering from depression, and he is suffering from like feeling alone in the world. Right. And like he's never gonna get that joy that he truly wants, which we learned from the episode 1 when he has that dream of these like underground people coming to the surface and they're like part to part with him, like giving him that hand-to-hand combat that he is yearning for. You know what I mean? But you're right. We see it from his point of view, but in reality, the world that he lives in is very complex.
Right. So I think that's where this, and it's only season 1. And I did want to ask you, like, you know, it only being 12 episodes. I don't know why. I thought it was 13 episodes. On Crunchyroll, it said 13. It's only 12 episodes. Do you feel like it was too short, or how do you feel about it being very brisk?
Not really, but I feel like 12 episodes is pretty good. I think it's just more like get their feet wet, see how the audience feels about this anime. Yeah. Is it even worth dropping a season 2? Which from what I'm seeing it is, since they did drop a season 2. But you kind of open my eyes now that I'm looking at it that way. Like, we're looking at it from Mashi's point of view and how simple he is as a character, but we're not looking at the whole world in general. Like, there is more layers to it. There is more things going on in the background that we're not aware of, just because we're all looking at it from Mashi's point of view. Yeah, and the first couple episodes, like you were saying, it is just him doing these tests and proving that he is comparable to these different people with heavy magic. But the last couple episodes is almost like a shonen style, where every one of his characters' friends gets like their own moment to shine, and you see that they have their own special powers, or, you know, even if they're only... If they only have one line on their face, they have like a something in their heart to prove that they can be with the 2-liners or the 3-liners.
Right. So he even like, you know, has these villains that become friends. So he has like that Naruto thing, like, oh, let's all corral around MASH and, you know, big up friendly, or whatever. Yeah. So who do you have for favorite characters, favorite moments?
Favorite characters, favorite moments. I want to say my favorite character is Dot. Just because he gives me Naruto vibes, and he thinks he's the main character.
Yeah. So he even says it. And I feel like a lot of anime recently has become very self-aware. Like, they watch anime in the anime, or they read manga in the anime. Yeah. So he even says like, oh, you're a fucking background character. I'm like, bro, you're a background character.
You're the background. No, he's like, I'm the main character. And really? Even when he's like in the verge of losing, he's like, I would never give up. Yeah. I will always like something Naruto would do when Naruto's literally on his knees. He like pushes for like more power, and somehow he gets it. But Dot sometimes doesn't get that extra boost that he needs. But it's funny though. So I think Dot is like one of my favorite characters. It's just funny. And then my favorite moment, I think every part with Mash is my favorite moment. Just like him overcoming, because you're always questioning like, how is he gonna continue to up this?
Where he has to like light a candle without using magic, I think he can use magic, but he doesn't have any magic. So they're like, okay, light this candle. And I fucking forget. Oh, he takes the wand.
He starts rubbing it?
Yeah. And it makes this fire, and I'm like, wow.
That's how he did it. Magic.
Is that in the new season?
I'm not sure, man.
I think so.
But it sounds like something he would do, like something to overcome that problem that is presented in front of him. Yeah. But he has to do it without magic, but make it look like he has magic. Yeah. That's the stuff that I think it's really funny about the show, is every time he's presented with something. Like in the first episode, he was in that maze that he had to go through, and every magician or every wizard had to go through it too.
Yeah, and there's like traps and spells
and he was just running through it like nothing. And he's like, you know what, fuck the maze, and he just starts going through the walls.
Yeah,
and then the guy was like, that disqualifies you. He's like, no, you said you have to make it out of the maze. I am out of the maze.
Yeah.
So technically,
yeah, he brought his homegirl too. So she's like simping for him. She's like, oh, we're gonna get married.
Right.
So my favorite character is Dot too. He's a fire wizard with like a rage ability.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of a simp, but I think he wears it well. He has like cool attacks. He has like this one is called Machine Gun Explom. That's like I like that, and that's something, you know, not to shit too much on Harry Potter. I know I just did earlier, but that's something that I think that I was gonna say anime. I think that's something that Harry Potter is lacking, is having like unique spells. Like Hermione should be able to do like a lot of air spells or Ron, you know, lightning and all these different things.
I think that would be cool though.
Right?
Yeah,
that's why
they stick to the main spells all the time.
Yeah, it's not really about spells. And like the best part or the best fight or showcase of like magic in Harry Potter, at least in the movies, is Dumbledore versus Voldemort. I fucking love that. Sometimes I'll just watch it.
When that nigga spit fire,
bro,
that shit look like Sasuke.
I'll watch that scene out of context like a bunch of times.
I was like, oh shit!
Just the back and forth and then like him like turning. He like
Dumbledore did the water spell. Yes. Like, oh shit!
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for.
That's
See, but Harry can't give you that because Harry is not good with spells.
I know. All he can do is like just throw the fucking, what is it? I think his spell is red, like the laser against Voldemort's laser.
Yeah, it doesn't even have a spell. He just does it. Like He doesn't even say shit. Like
yeah. All he has is the Expecto Patronum, bro.
Expecto Patronum. Oh, and the this armor.
Oh,
the one that takes the wand away from people.
No, I do know the spell.
This armor, or something.
Expelliarmus.
That one and those are like your two main go-to spells, man.
Yeah. Oh, so hold on. And then I do like Lance. He's the guy with the two spells. He has the gravioli spell. I just like the word gravioli.
So the other thing,
I like hearing him say
gravioli.
The other
I'm
thing,
thinking like a bunch of spaghetti. It's just like.
The other thing that like reminds me of too is Black Clover.
Oh, right. You said
Black Clover is almost the same thing as Mashle. Like, it's again a character, Asta, with no power that wants to become, but he has an actual objective. His is not just like puff cream and whatever. Like his is actually an objective to prove that a non-magic person like himself, Asta, can be Wizard King. Or the king of the wizards or whatever.
Right.
And
King Wizard.
but he works out just like Mashle.
Right.
Like he's in the gym, he's doing push-ups, abs, crunches like all the time.
Yeah.
And that's why he's like the most bulked character in the whole fucking series. Like everybody else.
That's anime though, you know, underdog stories.
Yeah, but like that's just a show. It kind of reminded me just like that. And like Lance, he has this complexity for his little sister or something like that. Oh my
god, it's so funny the way they just like.
There's a character in Black Clover. One of his crewmates also has this. His magic is mirror magic.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name, but he also has this complexity with his little sister. So there's like little things that I'm like thinking to myself, like, did the author like take a little bit from Black Clover,
maybe
a little bit from Harry Potter, and just kind of like a little bit from One Punch Man, and just said, fuck it, I'll put all that together.
I mean, I don't mind that because, you know, especially I like hip hop. That's what hip hop is, like taking shit and then remixing it. So you had brought it up in like a previous episode that you were watching or whatever, and then a friend of mine, Andre, he told me to watch it. So I was like, yeah, you know, whatever, I'll watch it. It sounds like a gimmick almost, but I love that I watched this anime because I really do like this anime, and I wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't for this episode. This podcast like really gets me back into anime, and I really do like anime, and I have to make myself watch it, but I'm glad. It's almost like when you have plans to go out and then you're like, oh, I should cancel it. I don't want to go out or whatever, but then you go out and then you have a good time.
Fun, yeah.
So that's how it is watching this anime. So I don't mind that it is a little bit, not even a carbon copy, but it is similar to all these different animes, but it's really, really nice.
Yeah, it is, man. And like I said, it's a good pastime. Would you consider this a top 10 on your list?
Top 10. So it's,
be honest,
it's way too early. Just because there hasn't been that many fights. I would say it's in a contender right now. You know, I know we did our top 10 episodes. So
it's a contender for you.
It's a contender because it doesn't beat out any other animes that are already in my top 10. I don't know if it'll beat Blue Lock, but I'm just saying, as far as like a anime has the potential, like it depends on where it goes, and that's why it is something that I am reading. So because it is over too. So I kind of want to see where it goes. It's a nice brisk show. It's 12 episodes. In the beginning, it was kind of slow, but it definitely pays off at the end with all the fights. And then once like the main cast has their individual fights with the Magia Lupus, I think all those fights were great too.
Oh yeah, for real. And then, like you said, it was a time for these side characters to actually have their moment
Right.
and actually show that they're pretty good wizards. They're not just side characters like whatever.
Yeah.
They're just here to help Magi move on and proceed with the show. Dot did his thing. Even Finn did his thing. And Lance, even though he's getting his ass whooped for a little bit, he did his thing too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and the show is just also very funny. So I was watching it dubbed, but
What?
yeah, I was.
What is wrong with you, man? You're disappointing me today, bro.
Just
What is going on?
it's just
You haven't changed your heart lately? Like you're just
Well, so
switching up on a brother.
I'm watching the new stuff. So season 2 came out, and I did start it, and I think right now it is only available in sub. So I'm watching it subbed because now I'm watching it. So if I'm watching it for like the podcast, I am kind of like just trying to get it in wherever I can. But
Jesus, man, they're gonna go in the comments there. Come on, X, switching up on a play.
you're here.
You acting new lately.
You're here for the sub fans. I'm here to stick up for the dub heads, bro.
Man. Y'all behind. I'm here with the manga fans. We're ahead of everybody, man. I am tired of this spoiler alert. Read the goddamn book, and then we won't have spoiler alert.
Okay, what you reading? What you gaining? What you watching?
Oh, you see this guy? Nah, get out of here, man. Just consider what you got to say, man.
All right, so the last thing that I have, so
Got things to do later today.
so the opening song is pretty great. I kind of do really like it. And then I even like the ending song. I don't know if you ever like stuck to the end where it goes custard, chocolate, cream puff.
No, I don't remember that, bro.
Every episode when it ends, that's how it'll end.
Maybe I didn't stick all the way through, man.
That shit is fucking hilarious. I think the show is very, very funny too. So
it is, man.
I would recommend it to Harry Potter people, because of the Harry Potter in it, but also on its own. Maybe they'll listen or watch this and then they'll watch One Punch Man, or maybe they'll, like Black Clover or whatever. It's super funny. I think it is funny in English, but definitely it's a little hard to hear, like certain things, like he calls Lance a lolicon, and then oh no, you're a sister con. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, he is.
I guess
He's just pointing out the facts, man.
So and it is very direct. So there's like the bad guy who's all about puppets. He's very like not well spoken, but theatrical.
Yeah.
So Mash is like, do you like to just talk to make yourself sound smart or whatever? Like, why you talk like that? Like, when you talk too much,
right, man? It's just the things that he says is hilarious, and just how he dumbs shit down. Like, you don't need to do all that, and especially that fight between him and the puppet guy, and him like summoning this weird looking doll, like porcelain doll thing. Yeah, and he just like punches it in the face. Like, bro, you just like.
I just love when he punches the guy's anybody in the face.
Why? Like, I would never expect somebody to punch my dolls.
Yeah, like, just anybody. Like he does like a, what is it? Not the tornado. Hidden Lotus.
Yeah,
he fucking jumps up and like spins and hits that guy and slams him into the ground. Like just out. All these hoity-toity magic people. All they need is a good punch in the face
to realize, like, bro, magic ain't all that.
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta hit the gym, bro.
So that's what it is. So Mashle, Magic and Muscle, I do recommend to watch it. I don't want to say you put me on, but you definitely were watching it, and then you told me how nice it was. And
no, it's good. It's good. Like I said, I'm not. Maybe I'm bashing it too much right now, but it is a good anime to watch. I don't think it's like top tier of anything, but like if you have downtime, if it's something, or if you like magic. This is a pretty funny magic show, like in my opinion.
And it's 12 episodes. 12 episodes, you can knock it out. It is fine, dubbed.
I would definitely say, I would recommend this over the fucking bending machine anime I watched.
Oh, yeah? This is top tier gimmick anime?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. And I watched season 2 just to see like where the story, because I know there's more to the story, and like you said, you kind of changed my point of view now. Yeah, that maybe I am just viewing it from Machi's like his point of view, and not really seeing the whole world, the whole pieces together.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of potential there too.
Yeah.
So the next, what you're reading, what you gaming, what you watching. So Lewis, what you reading, what you
So
gaming,
what I'm reading since
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh,
What you reading?
Solo Leveling.
Which
Yeah, I picked it up. Yeah, I read a couple of chapters.
there's no way to tell.
That's all I gotta say. It's a
Huh?
good anime.
Manga?
You know, I picked up I picked up a dictionary too.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how I got the Giga Chat.
Some big Giga Chat energy right now. Playing and watching?
Watching. Damn, bro. I've been watching the History Channel.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Stay on top of the UFOs, the
Right.
whole pyramid things. Yeah.
Okay.
Egypt,
Mm.
Africa. Yeah, Egypt is in Africa.
Egypt was
Nah,
always.
but- oh, you know what? Cat William, his interview.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, man. That man could.
I did watch that whole interview.
Did you?
I did.
It was beautiful, man.
That show's
Cat
hilarious.
William, he is a goat, man. I'm gonna say he is a goat. He is
He's a
top
goat.
tier comedian.
I feel like he's always or often left out of the GOAT conversation, like up against
who you put? Dave Chappelle,
Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock,
Chris Rock.
Kevin Hart.
No, take Kevin Hart out.
Wait, is he too new?
No, I just man, his comedy, he's good, but I feel he's
What about
like
his stand up?
no, I've listened.
he's over- I know he's
listened to his stand-up.
oversaturated,
Yeah, he
but-
does oversaturate his jokes, but I feel like he's more an audience pleaser. Like in his content, I don't know, man. Something about Kevin Hart is just he's funny.
Do you
don't
put
get me?
you put Drake up in the top 5 then? Because he's in the same vein as a Kevin Hart. If you're talking about crowd pleaser,
Roche brought me the hat that I need for the stream right here. This is my alter ego. Anita McSween.
dispute the
he
numbers.
has his
though.
moments, but you
Right?
can't always be numbers
No,
because
I know.
because I feel like Drake, he is a great rapper / singer
Okay.
/ in your feelings
Okay.
guy, right? But I feel like he has been set up to where he drops music that really just goes with the crowd. You know what I mean? Like, and he is a pop singer too at the same time. Like,
The same thing like Kevin Hart though. He's a pop stand-up comedian.
yeah. But would I say he is the
One-
greatest?
Right.
No.
No.
I can't say he's the greatest. I feel like there's people out there even better. And Cat
Well-
William is one of them. Like his
Okay.
jokes hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has his own like real true sense of humor, like who he is.
Yeah.
Same thing for Dave Chappelle.
Right.
People might talk shit about him all the time. People might want to take him off his off Netflix because of his stand-up specials or whatever, because of the controversial shit that he says. But people don't really listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People listen with their heart. Sometimes you can't be listening with your heart. This is why it's comedy. You know what I mean? It's just
No,
meant to laugh. Have a good time, man. Don't take shit too hard. You know what I mean? Matt Rife, this new up comedian, the white guy.
You like him?
He's pretty. He's okay.
I haven't seen it.
You know what I mean? He's okay, but the same thing. They've been trying to take him down because he made
Oh,
a
really?
joke about
Really?
female abuse or something like that, domestic abuse on females.
Okay.
And he was just like, he's like, I just want to get it out the way to see how the crowd is. But in the end of the day, it's comedy. Like, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. Like, how does that affect you as a person? Like, how does that affect your day-to-day lifestyle? You know what I mean? Just because he said a joke, all of a sudden, like, oh, I can't move on with my life. Nah, you just switch the channel, you switch the show, you switch the comedian.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We've talked about this, and there's a comedian that I do like. I think his name is Anthony Gervais or no, Anthony Jenkins or some shit like that.
I've heard of him, yeah.
So he does a lot of like hard humor. So his stuff is tough. He like, and I hate telling people's jokes, kind of like ruining the special. But he does this special where the back half of the special, he talks about abortion, and he makes a lot of abortion jokes about how he's in this abortion clinic and he takes his friend or whatever, and there was a bunch of kids there, which was really weird. But then he found out that they were ghosts, and then so he does a lot of jokes or whatever.
Yeah.
So then he talks about how at the end he does this joke. He does those jokes in front of a crowd, and this lady comes up and she stands. And she's like, "Oh my god, how could you say that? What is funny about abortion?" And he's like, "Lady, I just told you. Like I just told you what was funny about it."
Yeah.
So that's his approach. It's him trying to, he's a comedian. That's his job, quote unquote, is to make light and to find the funny in these things that aren't funny.
Yeah.
So, and I haven't heard the Matt Rife thing, but
the same thing, I feel like Kevin Hart can't say jokes like that because that would fuck up his image. Because
Right.
then people would say he's a
It's
cloud pleaser.
too safe. Yeah.
So he has to be safe with the jokes he says. You know what I mean? Let Kevin Hart go out and do a Dave Chappelle comedy skit. People
Yeah,
gonna be
I mean-
like, Kevin Hart. What? He would never.
But it's
He
the
is
same people.
face.
It's the same people. Like the same guy who's mad at Dave Chappelle would be mad at Kevin Hart for doing the same joke. Fuck that guy.
But Kevin Hart wouldn't do it though because he
I know,
knows
I know.
that will fuck with his image. That will fuck with his money.
I know.
Dave
But
Chappelle don't give a fuck because he's like, I'm a comedian. At the end of the day, I am a comedian. And I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say
Right.
because I think it's funny. And because there's people out there that literally fuck with my shit and they think I'm funny. And I do think he's funny.
another, and I do like Kevin Hart, but another thing that, at least a Cat Williams supporter perspective is that he has a team. Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, they all go out and they write their jokes and they test it out. Like Kevin Hart has like a team of writers that contributes to his brand of jokes and his stuff.
Yeah.
So in the same vein as like we were talking about Drake, like the whole ghostwriting thing that came up. So
I think that's true.
well, so
I do believe he has a team of
He does.
people that like put together some music for him or
he does, but then
make it sound even better.
But then it comes to like, okay, well, what does it matter if he's the one? Like, I can write a bunch of jokes or I can write a bunch of like bars, but can I rap it? Can I? And I did try to rap once upon a time. I can write raps, but I can't. I don't have the cadence. Like my friend Fred, he can fucking rap, bro.
Oh shit, Fred!
Fred can rap, bro.
Damn,
but-
why don't we tell him to drop a bar?
But he has like the cadence to rap. He can do that, and I can rap like if it's a song that I've heard before, but I can't rap my own raps. So like if you give Kevin Hart jokes, like maybe you don't have the delivery for it, or maybe you don't
Yeah.
have the melodic sound that Drake has to
Get there, yeah.
So he is
makes-
the icon behind like all these different things. But taking it back to the Cat Williams, like I did like that
Interview.
interview. Yeah, I think he's just so reckless, man. And I do.
Do you believe that what he was saying is true, or you think he was just talking shit?
I think he was talking shit. I do believe what he was saying was true, and I know this is like the back half of the episode. I do believe in a lot of conspiracy theories. So I do like when he says like the stuff about like Ludacris or the stuff about like Jonathan Majors, like about him. I do believe in all that, like out of fear, not because I believe in it or because I support it or I see the concrete. Just out of fear, I believe in it to kind of like keep away.
Oh no, bro, you gotta stay away from the industry, man.
Yeah,
I do believe some shit that they say is true. I know we try to look away from it, but it's the same thing with anything else. It's like, child trafficking is something that we know is true, but we tend to look away from it because we don't want to acknowledge it. Same thing with in the music industry. I think there's shit that does go behind closed doors that people do come out and say it, but we don't want to hear it because we don't.
Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we don't. He's like, and he said it. Didn't he say he was like, I made it through Hollywood without my butthole getting touched or something like that?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, damn. And people might laugh at it and just be like, "Oh, it's funny. Like it's
so
just a joke.
crazy.
Yeah, it's so crazy, right?" Just like who's that guy from That's So Raven? Orlando Bloom, is it?
I know who you're talking about. The is it Corey or
His real name?
is
Isn't
it her brother or the guy that she likes?
Their brother.
Her brother?
Yeah, Corey, not Orlando
It
something.
might be Orlando Bloom or Orlando whatever. The guy I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
What
you
about
know how he was like on the internet talking all this shit about how P. Diddy gave him the Guac Guac 3000 super duper volcano tornado twister 5K like.
Yo, Diddy, you gave me the Ooshkash Gooshmash. You gave me the Ooshkash Muaf, the Smooshmash.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was saying all that shit.
Is this
Right? And people were laughing at it like,
This a
he's
video
funny.
game?
He's crazy. He's crazy. But
Right.
here comes Cat Williams in the interview saying the same, kind of saying the same shit about P. Diddy. Like, oh, I've been offered $50 million, but I've turned it down 5 times.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so now you're thinking like, oh man, this nigga was crazy in 2020, but now he's sounding like, oh, maybe he was saying some real shit. You know what I'm talking about? So it's in your face. It's really up to you and how you take it. Do you believe it or are you just gonna look the other way and be like, that was funny?
Right. Man, that's what else? What you been playing?
Playing, man, nothing much right now, man. I've been playing the Street Fighter game, which I
Street
guess
Fighter.
the time I put in, it was worthless. I'm getting my ass. Talking all that shit on the fucking
I told you.
Just a little bit. All right. Fuck, bro. Oh man, way too many combos with over there, bro. I can't do any longer, bro. No, bro, get out of here, man.
can't do it. All right, you know what? Fuck it. Keep it.
I told
Nah.
you.
I'm gonna
told
put some
you.
more time, man. I know I'm good, bro. I just, sometimes I get impatient.
Right.
Sometimes my blood
No,
starts
yeah.
boiling a little bit.
So we were playing
start
before-
seeing red
we were-
and shit, and I'm just like, start fucking up, and I was like, man, fuck this
We
shit.
were playing before the episode, and once you slowed it down, you were coming ahead.
Yeah. So it's all
That's-
about timing. I think it's all about timing,
It's all
bro.
about
Sometimes you gotta,
That's-
just
so that's
back
the-
up a little bit, let him do your move, and counteract on it.
Yeah. That's the thing that I like about fighting games. That's why I like to think of fighting games as anime, because the first matches or whatever, like the hero loses the first matches, but then after like you train and you study the patterns, and then even the guy that you're going against, if he's beating you and then he knows that you're studying his patterns, you force him to like have to switch it up.
Yeah.
So it's just like this progression, and you just both get better at this fucking video game. And
Yeah, that's
I
how
love
it works,
it.
man.
I love it.
And then so I did reading, the encyclopedia, watching Cat William, and then gaming
Street
Street Fighter. Yeah. How about you, bro? What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you playing?
Reading, watching, and playing. So reading the same shit. The most newest thing that I'm reading, I'm trying to read Sandland, because there's this new game coming out. It's super short. It's just 12 issues. It's written by the same guy who wrote Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama. So I'm just trying to read that. Playing Street Fighter, playing Mortal Kombat, trying to play Tekken. So just trying to get back into fighting games. I don't like to play too many fighting games at the same time, because then I try to do my fatalities when I'm playing Street Fighter, and I'm trying to do a Hadouken when I play Tekken. So I'm going to try to like stick to just one or the other. But I had a homeboy. I peer pressured him into getting Street Fighter. So we've been playing a lot of Street Fighter.
I can't. Not again. I'm not strong enough.
And then I'm watching this show called Insecure. It's on Netflix. I think it's an HBO Max show though, but that one is really, really good.
Yeah. What's it about?
It's about this girl. It's this black girl. She's part of a scholarship program for students. It's just day-to-day stuff. I feel like she just wants to be a rapper, because that's like a sub layer or like a low vibration of the show, is that she just wants to be a rapper. She's in and around. The show has a lot of rap in it. So I don't know if that's just it, but I don't think she's going to be a rapper. It has 5 seasons. I think we're on the 2nd season. I'm watching this with my girl. So she, put me on to Insecure. That's pretty good. And we're watching Community. So it's like a show that I saw a little bit growing up or whatever when it was on, but I didn't watch it like A to Z. So that one's actually really good too. I don't know if you've seen Community. It's good. It's really good. So just that and Godzilla for family movie night.
Yeah, it's good, bro.
Hitting them Godzilla movies.
Definitely shit, man. I feel like your family movie nights are like movies you missed out as your childhood or something like that. Like Home Alone. I can't
Home
believe
Alone.
you've never seen that.
I know.
That's crazy.
We
man.
finished that. We did 1 and 2. So I think my son is going to pick the movies after we see Godzilla. We have on the list The Matrix, Transformers, and Men in Black.
You never seen any of those 3, or you just rewatching it?
We're rewatching them.
Okay,
So I hadn't seen Men in Black 4,
The last one.
and I hadn't seen the last 2 Transformers, like the ones with
Well, if you pick any of those, Men in Black is only 4 movies. Transformers is a shitload of movies.
Yeah,
so
well,
you'll be occupied.
We'll probably just
I would do Matrix, man.
The Matrix, yeah, because I haven't seen Matrix 4 either. I haven't seen the 3rd one to be honest.
The last Matrix was trash.
Trash.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
Damn.
I did not like it at all.
No?
That should have just stayed in the script. That should have
Keep in the computer.
They should have just kept it in the computer, man.
My girl was telling me that I should try to watch more movies that I haven't seen, but I was like, okay, well then fucking bring a movie and then we'll watch that.
Yeah.
So we watched Home Alone because my son wanted to watch it. Like, it wasn't my idea. He was like, yo, you haven't seen Home Alone? Let's watch it. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
So if he has any movies that he hasn't seen, or that I would love to watch a movie I'd never seen. Like, I hadn't seen John Wick when we saw those movies.
Yeah, John Wick, like the first couple, but then you start thinking like, damn, this nigga really got huge plot armor.
I know.
You can't kill this man.
It's called John Wick.
Dropped from fucking 5 towers and he's still living.
I know. What do you mean? You watch anime? What do you talk about plot armor?
It's John Wick, bro. It's
Wick,
crazy, bro. Man.
Pow, pow.
That's one of those
rock, pew, pew.
Anyways, man. But hey, this was the episode.
This is the episode.
Mashle, muscles,
Magic and muscles.
magic and muscles and magic.
Let's say close us out, bro.
All right, man. So thank you guys for listening again. Our podcast is on your favorite platforms: Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, and on YouTube podcasts. Definitely watch our stuff too on YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment. We would love to hear your feedback. Leave us reviews so we can read it on the next episode.
Yes.
And yeah, follow us on IG. We're always posting. We're always doing crazy things on there, asking mad questions, stuff like that. But yeah, man, keep messing with us. Keep following us. Thank you, normies, for listening, for staying true to us. We're gonna gradually get better and better and better, and just keep doing bigger and bigger things. You know, we're not leaving. We're not going nowhere.
We're not going nowhere.
We're not going nowhere. All right.
We're still gonna watch anime.
We're gonna be here for the next 50 years.
Damn, 50 years.
50 years, bro.
50 years.
I'm gonna be 65, still talking about Boruto and how trash it was.
Boruto
Bro, do you remember the good old days when Boruto came out and this shit was horrible?
Boruto Shippuden, man.
Yeah, you're gonna see me with my Parkinson's just shaking. You can hear the shaking in the microphone.
We'll have good microphones by then.
Oh man, but yeah. Anyways, man, X, sign us out.
Tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast, where Lewis, X, and Fred enter the King of Iron Fist Tournament 8.
Deuces.